What's up guys, welcome back. Today we're going to look at the Restoration Druid Mage Tower Challenge. This will be the 7th challenge we've covered and more within Season 3. The Healer Challenge is longer than the rest of the challenges, so we're not going to do too much of a preamble here, but I will point out the big power-ups you can use in the Mage Tower: Crystalline Radiance on your chest, Charged Armor Kit on your legs, both of those will give you massive main stat boost, Chant of Leeching Fangs on your cloak, Chant of Armored Leech on your bracers. The Avoidance enchant for your cloak and bracers would also be a good option here, and you can still get 70% versatility in the tower if you have any War Within crafted weapon, including blue weapons with the Dark Moon Sigil, Symbiosis, Weapon Embellishment, the Writhing Armor Banding, Armor Embellishment, and a Dark Moon Deck Symbiosis Trinket, and consumables of course, Greater Flask of Endless Fathoms, Superior Battle Potion of Intellect, Borealis Blood Sausage, and any older augment runes. Right, and if you're going to use drums in this challenge, just use Feral Hide drums. They're like a gold a piece on the auction house. I definitely recommend it for the double soldier pack in the first area and for the final fight against Erdris in the final area. That's it for the pregame. We're going to get directly into the challenge itself. Be sure to sub to the channel, like the video, comment below, do all that stuff. Check out the links for the other Mage Tower and Kaiveza guides in the description below or the pinned comment. Thanks so much guys. Let's get going. So everything's going to build up to the double soldier pack here. That's pack number 4. First mob we're going to deal with is a hunter. All they do is a little direct damage and then a mana sting. Anything can eat that mana sting as long as you dispel it quickly. Putting it on an NPC will be less of a risk, but as long as you dispel yourself very quickly, it's no problem. Jared's probably the best target there. They all have more health than you and you're not worried about their mana. And we got a mage and a hunter. The mage does Arcane Blitz, which does increase damage over time, you know, with stacks. So kick after like every 2. Sometimes they just, you can even throw like a Treant down to eat the mana sting. That's not really what I would do for it, but you know, if you want to throw one out, then you can certainly just use it as a shield. You don't even have to dispel it at that point. It won't kill it. Let's let Granny eat this one. Dispel her. You definitely want to dispel it if it's on an NPC though. It'll do a lot of damage. Then we got a Risen Soldier. These guys are the tough part of this whole challenge, or at least the first room. We're going to knock back the first Knife Dance, but you have to let it tick once. If you don't do that, they're just going to recast it. We're going to kick that. Overgrowth ourselves with a Bark Skin to survive the Fixate, because this is the Risen Soldier Fixate. It's what they do other than the Knife Dance. And now we need to hold on to our knockback and our in-cap roar. We can go ahead and lust now. So maybe we don't get the old Knife Dance. But they're both going to pop this up. We're going to convoke early and then we knock back. We probably would have tranked early instead. We have Ursul's down. But I didn't have enough time to build up trank stacks, so. Now we're just waiting for them to do a double Knife Dance, but we can also, if their timing is off, we can Cyclone 1. We're going to Cyclone the Fixate that's on me because he's at higher health. We're going to get we have to follow up the knockback on this guy. Tell you what, we're just going to Cyclone you. And he'll probably recast. No. So they'll recast unless you start like letting them channel it, but also if you just wait long enough, then their Fixate's going to override it. So we have a Risen Soldier here. This is still a big deal. We got to be very careful. We knock back as soon as he starts channeling, and we convoke, throw out some more heals. Probably cast or convoke every single time. And dispel ourselves immediately. We're just going to Cyclone him up real quick. And you can even just alternate Cyclones. So here's a in-cap roar on that Knife Dance. We have to dispel Kali. New Fixate, so we Ursul's that. We throw out another tree, we kite out the Fixate. Little renewal action. We can throw down another tree and just use it to body block. And I'm gonna Cyclone him up just so I can have a little bit of breathing room. And honestly, throw out one more and then we can just use the knockback on this Knife Dance. In-cap roar, sorry, in-cap roar, yikes. So the knockback will be, you'll have diminishing returns on your knockback if you Ursul's Vortex the mob, so you do want to be careful there. And just make sure you have something to follow it back up with. But that was not bad. That was okay. That was better than the one we did the other day. And honestly, the rest of the challenge is pretty doable. Without, I mean, the knife dance is the double knife dance and is the hardest part. And then the pack after that with, you know, the mage, the hunter, and the rogue is probably second hardest. Maybe the last boss is. But as long as you're comfortable keeping your health low, you're going to be okay. Alright. Don't convoke here and don't dot everything. I'm going to throw overgrowth on ourselves so this first one just explodes and we're going to be fine. Pops us back up. Might as well just... Oops, see, we did dot 2 of them. That's not great. Make sure we are topped up. Just top yourself off before you take any of these out, and even just one cast can do it. Especially if you do like a Star Surge, we're gonna fully heal up. There we go. And then for the Fel Orbs, you just dot them up. I'm gonna throw out a tree and then just convoke. You can take care of these guys and with any urgency that you want. You do have 5 minutes to deal with this, you know, stage 3 and onwards. But really, it is enough time. There's a fight at the top of the stairs here that's up. And we want to make sure we dispel this Panic Soul ASAP. And then what's kind of cheesy here is a Trank on like 2 ticks will heal all of these up. That used to not be the case. I don't know if they're just doing like non-reduced healing, but it is what it is. Not a bad option there. Or you can just target everything and heal them up. Certainly takes longer. And you can just eat the Mana Sting and dispel it like you would last time. You know, whatever you want to do. You can stop it with Cyclone if you want. Just a single archer, so not a really big deal. It's more of like a helmet check kind of thing. And then when you open this, you want to just Sunfire everything as you run up the stairs, and then Sunfire the guys standing by that door you're going to leave, like at the very end. So not till you get right up there, because then they'll become active again before you're done channeling, and then you get into this process of we're going to Barkskin and Overgrowth ourselves here. You know what? Probably don't want to convoke, so we're going to cancel that because that would be a bad thing. I'm going to Iron Bark, and we got to take out one eye at a time. And just make sure you keep the hots on yourself. Let that dot. You just want to be real careful. You can walk in with a convoke like I did. Yikes, we renewal. Go. Throw down a efflorescence. That's the one. And then, you know, this guy's just a little bit of a meat sponge. And we can convoke him down. Now, after you take this guy out, we have like 2 minutes left still. But after you gotta take this out, you're on no timer whatsoever. You can just chill out with your homies until you open this gate. And when you open the gate, everybody runs up, and then the last, you know, bunch of phases are started. Fine. Alright. If, for example, you were sated, you could just wait for that. Your party doesn't even get sated, so that's cool. But you could eat, you could go take a bio, you know, whatever you needed to do. But you got all the time in the world to just chill here. And if for some reason you don't have like Trank up when you go up here, you probably just want to make sure you have everything available. But we're going to go up here, we're going to fight Erdris. Before we do that, we have a little scenario where all of these guys are mind controlled, they remain friendly to you so you can keep healing them up. But they'll just attack them each other, right? It doesn't really... It's certainly less of a deal than it used to be. But they're going to do damage to each other. You can't let any of them die, obviously. And then we also have to heal a variety of risen soldiers. Or, you know, would-be risen soldiers. As they get pulled into Erdris. He's going to be in the middle here in like just a second. And just like the mobs on the stairs, your trank is going to absolutely two-tick a whole group of them up. So if you want to use it right away, you know, whatever you really feel like doing. I'll probably use it right away so I can have it for, you know, the final fight. And also keep your buddies up, right? But the one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that, you know, you can cast on these guys before you actually press the button. So, literally 2 ticks of the trank. You let it finish for your homies. And then it does it so quickly, then you're... The idea here is you would be deciding what mobs you want to let go through. Typically let one go through if you needed to. If you want an opportunity to drink before the next fight, then you would let one go through, because you'll get a little bit longer to chill. I don't really need that, and that's 2 nature swiftnesses with a full heal. Obviously we have the talent that amps it, Nature Splendor. Don't let Granny die. And Convoke, Caster Convoke won't actually heal any of these guys from what I've seen. So, super lame there. But you just top them off, and then the last guy, you know, is free to chill. But we're going to get Erdris here. We're going to lust as soon as he pops up. He's going to jump on you, and he's going to put a dot on you. Not even a dot, a debuff on you that explodes and does damage to your party based on your current health. So you just want to make sure you're kind of low. And then once it pops off, you can heal yourself and everybody else. But really, you'll do enough healing to yourself just kind of passively. You just don't want to get in a scenario where you end up at like full health with this thing on you and it blows up. It won't even kill your party if you're full health, but like the next thing that happens will kill your party. So we're gonna... Yeah, see there, I was a little... I said decided to Convoke for damage, but you know, I forget that Convoke does monstrous amount of healing. And so you can just manage your health pool by standing in this green stuff. So we keep it low. We're at 4k health. Get back in here, it's about to blow up. And then we're fine. Come back in for the jump. We renewal just to top ourselves back up. And once we get the new dot on us, or it's, I say dot to debuff. Just make sure we are low health. This is just like, you know, that fight in Karazhan, the new Karazhan. We let it blow up, and then we run away, and then we can just Convoke. Convoke will heal ourselves fully for the most part. We got a new dot on us, new debuff rather. 3 seconds left, so make sure we are low health when it pops, and then we're good, right? It just does like no damage to anybody when you're at low health. Okay, low health here. Just, you know, 5, 7k, anything under that. Probably good to finish the boss off here. But if you get the debuff on you, and then the fight ends, it's still gonna blow up. So, just don't heal yourself here, heal them. I'm pretty sure you can lose the challenge at this point. You don't want that to happen, that would be super duper funny. But that is the healer challenge. Honestly, it feels like Resto Druid kind of has it the worst when it comes to the double knife dance. Some of the damage is tuned differently across healers. That first tick might hit a little bit harder for Druid. Either pre-convoking so your party is full of pots, or, you know, pre-tranking. That depends on how much time you have. If you're late to get to the trank and they're gonna knife dance before you can get, you know, max trank stacks, you probably just pre-convoke because that'll go out fast enough. And then you would Typhoon, or Incaparor, the double knife dance, would deal with the double fixate. If they both on you with the double fixate, then you need significant self-healing, a personal, maybe a renewal, but Ursul's Vortex is real good for that. Just keep in mind, if you Ursul's Vortex the Risen Soldiers, and then you need to disrupt a knife dance shortly after that, the knockback is not going to work on them. You can knock back and then Ursul's Vortex them, but really the challenge is pretty doable. It's certainly one of the longer ones. You do have 2 points where you can take a breather. After that very first room, you don't have to go into the next room to deal with the 5 or 6 eyeballs until you're ready. But then after you run up the stairs, you know, heal the guys up, dispel that one guy, deal with the hunter, deal with the Inquisitor mob. You have another period where you can rest before you come into this room, as long as you don't open the gate. That's the healer challenge. That is our 7th Mage Tower guide for War Within Season 3. We've gone through all of the unique challenges once so far. Check out the playlist of the linked videos for Ret Paladin, Frost DK, Fury Warrior, Guardian Druid, Balanced Druid, and Destruction Warlock if you still want to get your Soaring Spelltome mount. We're going to do guides for more specs, of course, so let me know in the description below what you're looking for. We still have Druid, Rogue, and Evoker to get to for Kaiveza. We also have the Kaiveza guides linked below. Make sure to sub to the channel and enable notifications to stay in the loop for those future videos. Like this video if you liked it. Best of luck on your feats, your achievements, your mounts, and all that stuff. You can also check out channel membership options by hitting the join button below if you want to further support the channel. Thanks a bunch to all of our members, and newest member Matt D. Your support means the world to me and it helps keep this channel going, so thanks so much. As always, I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening. Peace.